All right, let's get this thing. I had to, since there's so many pockets underneath these handles, I have to really lay the epoxy on so it'll go right down near to the pockets and grab a hold. And so naturally a lot of it leaks out. So I got to sand all this off. I'm probably going to have this finished today and then moved into the leather shop. But I'm going to have to go and buy leather. My wife and I, we've been putting off going to town for days. Just neither one of us want to stop the things we like doing and go to town. And it's getting to the point where just going to have to. So I got to get some leather. I got a knife. I got enough to do these. All three of these are sold. And overnight, I woke up to somebody putting $250 on my PayPal to get the fourth one, and I do have a couple more files, and I'll have to get them annealed, and I think I'm going to show you that process because it's kind of interesting what you do to these to get them to the point where you can cut them and work on them. All right, let me crank the sander up and get to working on this. And there we go. Now it's ready for hand sanding. Okay, let me get the sandpaper out and get to work. All right, I am not going to buff this. I'm going to put True Oil on this. I just think it'll look better. God, I love that wood. And I got a ton of it. Now, I don't have it cut up. I'll show you where it's at. Right there, that pile there. Here. Right there. And I've got to cut it up and let it dry. I'll probably put it in my house to let it dry if my wife doesn't find out. And because I got to get the moisture content down to like 3 or 4%, which is impossible to do in, the South here where it's always humid. And then what I'll do is vacuum seal them, send them to the stabilizer, get them all stabilized, and then I'll have a lifetime supply of spalted hackberry. Breezy, get out of the fire, you big dummy. You're in the fire. I don't care. I do what I want to do. Now his feet are going to be all black with soot now. Well, I think I'm going to go take that knife right now to the house and put the first coat of True Oil on it. And maybe tonight I'll be able to put a second coat on it. And boy, do I have some knife orders. And I said I wasn't going to take any knife orders, but these are people that I had already promised knives to. Like these are Ann's, and I promised them, I started making them for her a long time ago. I have one more dinner skinner I need to get out, get shaped, and get started for somebody that wants one. I have these three are, tentatively sold, and one more, which I have, that will be sold also. And then I'm probably gonna get back on my generator. I think I'll have the money I need. Actually, I'll be able to put that generator together before I get these finished. So, because I have ordered a bunch of stuff that I need, wire, plugs, and that kind of thing. And what I need now is a 220 breaker and some 1-inch flexible exhaust pipe and a couple of components, steel components, water heater type components to run it through the wall of my plastic shed. So I'm getting there. I'm gathering all the parts. Now I need to go to Lowe's and find out what... actually, I need to open up my breaker box and see what kind of breakers I need and go get me a 30 amp 220 breaker. Okay, I'm going to go to the house and put the first coat of True Oil on that. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. I may come back here and at least get these 3 cut out and 1 more dinner skinner cut out. If I get them cut out and shaped and the holes drilled, I might be able to cut these up. Wouldn't that be something if I could do that? Cut them all at once. They're the identical size. I bet you I could drill them all at once. All right, enough of me jibber jabbering. Let me go put the first coat of True Oil on that right there. Isn't that a pretty piece of wood? There's coat number 1. Probably going to take probably 3, maybe 4 coats. And what happens is this first coat, basically it soaks into the wood. And then I take sandpaper and I sand it right back down to the bare wood. I put a second coat on, and usually the second coat is when it really starts looking good. And then you take steel wool, you rough that second coat up. The third coat makes it look like glass, and the fourth coat just makes it a little thicker where it won't chip off and wear off. But boy, isn't that some pretty wood, man? I'm absolutely, without a doubt, having some memory issues. And I have not been writing stuff down. So I have a file swamp rat that Nikki wants. And I have 2 more file swamp rats. And I can't remember who wanted them. I think one of them was Abel. And Abel, if you want one, please let me know, and I'll set you up a box like I do here, and I'll put your name on it. That way I don't forget. So Abel, if you want one, there's one more somebody wanted, and for the life of me, I can't remember who it was. So if it was you, somebody, just let me know. I'm sorry. I feel really stupid sometimes. That's why I write everything down when I read my email. I write it down. So anyway, all right, Ann. I am got yours set up, and I got mystery buyer right here. Those are dinner skinners, 2 for Ann and 1 for mystery buyer. This is Nikki's, and I have 2 more, and I think Abel wanted one, and I'm almost positive Abel wanted one, so I'm going to go ahead and get it cut out and get a box set up for Abel, and if I'm wrong, I'll just put somebody else's name on it. So, but I have 1 more after that. If I am right about Abel, I have 1 more, so I'm going to go ahead and get it cut out and get it in a box, and it won't have a name on it until somebody tells me they want it. All right. This is the last rasp. Actually, I found some a knife maker somewhere here in Texas. I forget the name. Has some. Probably going to order them tonight, and they're really expensive. They're used and they're expensive. I think they're $10 each plus shipping. So I'm going to probably order at least a couple. And so this one isn't sold. This one, I believe Abel wants it. Nikki's already paid for that. And those 3 dinner skinners are sold. I mean, they're not paid for, but they're sold. So I'm like 90% sure that Abel wants that. And so I have 1 left that is not spoken for, unless I forgot somebody. That's the thing. I can't remember if I promised somebody one or not. Just... That's the way the old brain works now. That's another thing you gotta live with as you get older. You tend to be a little forgetful, and your muscles are nowhere near as strong as they used to be. and I can't even mow. When I mow, I can mow about 10 feet, and then I'm down and I'm in the bed for days. It's just, and my wife's almost getting that bad herself. So we're probably going to have to hire a guy to mow the lawn here for too many more years or months even. All right, I'm going to upload this video. I'm going home. It's I'm filthy, really itchy when you get this much metal flakes all over you. So I'm going to go back home and I'll put a second coat on the swamp rat for Lee Weaver, and I'll show you what that looks like. That'll be the last clip, and then you'll see this in the morning, and tomorrow I'll be out here making more knives. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Man, I have got a lot done today. 6 knives cut out and shaped, and 2 sheaths glued together. So tomorrow I'll have to sew these. That's what I'll do first thing in the morning, is sew these. That's for here. I'll put them together. We can get an idea what it's going to look like. Yeah, baby. I like it. Okay. The last clip will be the knife I'm putting True Oil on. So other than that clip, see you tomorrow. That is coat number 2. I think it will probably take 4, because if you look at it sort of in a light there, you see them growth rings that still haven't completely sealed up. Same on the other side. This probably 3rd coat or 4th coat will do it. But that is some gorgeous wood, huh? I just had something weird happen, and I may be completely misreading it, but we both decided to just move on. I don't have any 1/8 inch steel, and it's going to be a while before I order steel, because when I do order steel, I have to order a lot of it to justify the shipping. Hold on, let me put this knife down. I'll be right back. 1 second. 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. So, somebody wanted a dinner skinner with a round butt. Well, I have several dinner skinners cut out with a square butt. I don't even actually have the round butt pattern anymore, because I didn't plan on making any round butt dinner skinners once I redesigned it to the square butt. So anyway, I don't have any 1/8 inch, and I do have some square butt. So I let him know that I had some square butt dinner skinners already cut out, and he didn't want that, which is fine. So my other option was to make it out of 3/16, which I do have, and the final message was snarky. I'm not sure why. I was offering an option to make it out of the thicker steel, and he could get it right away. I don't know why that would justify a snarky reply. I just don't understand it. But anyway, he said, if you just want to move on, let's just move on. I said, okay, let's just move on then. No sense in either of us misunderstanding what the other's saying, and yeah, let's cut our losses before we, get mad. I don't want to be mad, and I'm sure he doesn't want to be mad. I think this is just a total misreading of my intention, and perhaps I even misread his email. So, moving on is the best thing to do. Okay, yeah, just some weird things happen in the knife business. You remember the guy that I still think about, the guy who didn't pay me for the knife. I have a hard time. I really hate getting cheated. And it turns out the guy may really have been sick, but he still cheated me out of a knife. And I'm trying to make myself stop thinking about it. It's the only guy that's cheated me directly out of something I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. And if I knew he was... Here's the thing. I am like hot and cold, man, and I can't help it. If he said, well, I'm really sick. I can't afford to pay for it. You know what I'd done? I'd have put it in the mail, and I'd have sent it to him, and I wouldn't have said a word. But to knowingly know you're not going to pay for it well in advance, totally different. And so then I had the guy that didn't like the knife, and I offered him his money back, 100% plus shipping, and that wasn't good enough. And now this little odd thing that's just happened, that I'm just going to stop trying to figure it out, and I'm really working hard to stop thinking about the knife that the guy cheated me out of. It's just, not a pleasant memory, and I have a lot of people who haven't cheated me out. I mean, look, I'm giving knives away. I'm giving 4 knives away. I'm a pretty generous guy, I think. And to have somebody cheat me out of a knife just pisses me the hell off. Totally unnecessary. I mean, it's a freaking knife, I mean, is your integrity worth that? That's all you're worth is a knife. You sold your integrity for, 200 and some Canadian dollars. So anyway, I'm shutting up. I can't wait to put the third coat on. Golly, I love that wood. I do have some more, but none of it's this pretty. I mean, it's nice. It's, got rings and stuff like that, but it doesn't have a lot of the spalted shape in it. Okay, I didn't mean to bum anybody out. I'm like 99 or 98 subscribers away from giving these away. So, we will see you tomorrow.